This film study is going to be about Travis Jones and the growing impact that he's having on the Ravens defense. Of course, we know the rookie dealt with some injuries earlier in the year, had an impressive preseason, at least 2 games in the preseason, I think, that were quite impressive before he's had some injury trouble. Got his most extended action against the Giants on Sunday in Week 6. Unfortunate loss for the Ravens, but some promising things. Continued excellent play from Justin Madubuike. Contributions from other D tackles as well, and Travis Jones just showed off. I'm going to show you 10 plays, mostly from the Giants game, some from games earlier on in the season, how athletic he is, how he's able to move laterally, which is kind of surprising. We are missing Michael Pierce. I think that is a fact, but the Ravens are still dedicated to rotating their interior D linemen, and I applaud them for that. Could Travis Jones and Justin Madubuike play more snaps? Absolutely. Jones played 38 snaps this past week against the Giants. I'm really interested to see how many snaps he plays this week at home against the Browns, especially because of the Browns' style. They run the ball so much. They're very dangerous. And they utilize a sixth offensive lineman a lot. And I'll have a video about that later on this week. It's an interesting thing that they're doing. They're basically saying, here we come, And Travis Jones, Justin Madubuike, Calais Campbell, those guys stood up to the Giants and actually dominated their run game. Our front 4-5 guys played excellent on Sunday. You separate them from the coverage issues we had, particularly at slot corner and then inside linebacker, certain issues, throwing the ball over the top of those guys. Travis Jones was balling. I'm going to show you 10 plays here. You guys let me know what you think in the comments section, what you think of how he's playing. Here's Travis Jones in like this 2-eye technique, first play of the game, and he's just violent with his hands. He tends to have multiple shots or punches or strikes in the course of a play when he's pass rushing. He also takes these really small steps where he's just kind of gradually driving the offensive lineman back. And then what I like about this too here, to be honest with you, is 76 is grabbing his face mask. He's got now they're hand fighting as well. But 76 has his hand on the bottom part of Jones's face mask, if you ask me. Starting pretty much from the initial engagement. So I'm talking about right here. And Jones just keeps punching and then finally says, okay, I'll do the same thing to you. And takes his left hand and just jacks the guy's jaw up and drives him back and separates. Pretty amazing if you ask me. It's also pretty amazing I think the ref was right there and didn't see it. First sack of his career. He had a couple of other QB hits and pressures. This is just as amazing as that play, maybe more so. Jones is here, lined up in a 0. So he's lined up head up on the center. And they're doing this for various reasons. You got Saquon Barkley in the backfield with another running back. I think Breida. And Breita's going to cross his face like this. So the Ravens are they're forcing a give read. You would think, they're forcing a keep read. They're running Brandon Stevens right at Breida, forcing Barkley to keep the football. And then Jones is getting cut by the backside guard. You can see he's on the ground right now. He's extremely athletic. I think we knew that he was an athlete. I think we knew that he was powerful and strong and played the game really well. I didn't know that he could get cut and be on the ground in the backfield and then in the next instant get up and tackle Saquon Barkley. There's other guys involved, and when you get the end zone angle, you'll see, the Ravens did a great job here creating leverage. Brent Urban does a fantastic job on the backside of this. So Brandon Stevens is off screen. The running back is going to cross face like this. Stevens is going to force a keep read. I misspoke initially and said give read. Watch how he gets cut by the backside guard. Goes down. Gets up and makes the tackle. He's the first guy to touch him. Now, Brent Urban's doing an amazing job. This guy's trying to cut him off, and Urban's just taking him and running him this way, but staying in his gap. And then you've got Stevens as well, who forced a keep read, and now he's collapsing down. So great. Those guys are creating leverage. That's team defense. They did a fantastic job on Saquon Barkley. I have a video later today about how they slowed down Saquon Barkley. 22 carries, 83 yards. Not a single run more than 8 yards. This play to me is probably the most impressive play that I've seen Travis Jones do. Knee on the ground, pushes off the lineman, gets up, makes the tackle. Let me know if you're as impressed by that one as I am. There's another one here later on that's going to show you his athleticism and agility, and it's shocking to me as well. Down here near the goal line, direct snap to Saquon. He just jacks this guy up. I mean, this is the center who's got a great reputation for the Giants. He's a good player. Travis Jones can ball. Like, he could play 40 snaps a game. He played 38 against the Giants. It's not surprising this was the game where he had the most tackles. This was the game where he had his first quarterback sack and another 2 QB hits. It's not that he hasn't shown ability in other games. Here he is against the Bills. Bills got a tight end in the backfield, kind of like this Joker set, dating back to 2020. That's a run formation for them. When they put the when we put the tight end like in one of the B gaps as like a sniffer on either side, either the same side as the back, A-gun, or the opposite side of the back, we would call jokers. Travis Jones just takes care of business. Great draft pick in the 3rd round. Not a good one, a great one. Like how we were able to get he's got first-round talent. At least I think so. The plays that I have seen him make in the limited time he's been here, first-round talent. This is nearly as impressive as the Bills play, as the Giants play, even though he doesn't make the tackle. That's Jamar Chase in the backfield. It's a sweet play. JPP is getting pressure. All right, so JPP forces Chase to cut it upfield. You know, he's defeated this pin block, this crack block, if you will. Watch Travis Jones. He's tracking Jamar Chase. Now, I'm not talking about foot speed. I'm talking about he's on the correct leverage side. Now, Jamar Chase is going to outrun him, clearly, but he's dealing with a lineman who passes him up. And then I love that there's just a little shove here at the end of the play by Travis Jones. Like, just move out of the way, dude. You know, he's a man. He's a real man. I don't know where he ranked as far as D tackles in college last year coming out. Clearly I had Jordan Davis as number 1. The other Georgia guy was pretty good as well. Travis Jones is up there. Jordan Davis playing well for the Eagles. I'm not aware of another D tackle that has put together film of 3 or 4 plays like this and the lateral movement here. I mean, he does get scooped, meaning the guy overtakes him, but Travis Jones is trying to stay on the backside here. He's trying to stay on the backside. He's not trying to run to the front side. Doesn't make the tackle. Still find it impressive that we have a 335-pound D tackle, rookie D tackle, who was able to run laterally down the line of scrimmage like that. All right, this is the sack from another angle, just so you can see the push that he gets and how violent he is with this right guard or the center who tries to overtake him. Awesome moment, first play of the game, and 76 is asking for contact to the face, even though he did the same thing. All right, another QB pressure, QB hit later in the game. In this like shade 1 technique, guard tries to overtake him. I love this secondary move. Extending the right arm out and the left arm at the same time. And then just real quick, little rip. Not anything like an edge defender, don't get me wrong. Real quick little rip to try to get himself a clear path to the quarterback. We've got a lot of talent at interior defensive line. Our edge defenders, need to do a little bit more of their part. He's also fitting into the structure well. Here he is at zero technique nose. And he's just taking the center to our right so Bynes can go A-gap on our left. The Ravens initially have Harrison lined up at the line of scrimmage. We're dropping him. Owe, we're dropping him. So we're creating a certain pass pro by the Bengals, and then we're taking advantage of it. Bynes gets a sack early in the game. Of course, we know the defense was ball in the first 4 possessions. Stops against the vaunted Bengals offense. Last one is the QB hit, QB pressure. From the All-22 view, for some reason, the order of these plays got mixed up a little bit. Let me know if you're as impressed by Travis Jones as I am. We've only got 1 sack so far. I think it's entirely possible if this guy plays 40 snaps a game. He played 38 against the Giants. He plays 40 snaps a game from here on out and stays healthy. I mean, the guy has the ability to get 4 to 6 sacks from the interior D tackle position. I think you see evidence of that already from a couple of these plays. 335 pounds, moves great laterally, uses his hands, puts the offensive lineman on tracks, train tracks, meaning I'm going to the quarterback and you're going there with me. You know what I mean? You're going to get there first because your back is to the quarterback. And then he's got the ability to make these small little moves or adjustments, but keep his hips square to the line of scrimmage. I love the pick. I didn't love the pick initially. I'm not saying I wasn't a fan of it, but it wasn't a pick like the Ojabo pick in the second round where I was like, oh, wow, we got, an absolute incredible talent as an edge rusher in the second round. And Jones, I think, has the same type of allure in terms of being a first-round talent in the third round. Clearly, there was a lot of teams that passed on him for various reasons. I'm not sure what they were. I know UConn's team was terrible. They were terrible for the last 2 years. And Travis Jones was kind of like, the only gem, the only diamond up there, apparently. So let me know what you think of the early returns on Travis Jones' play. I thought this would be the first player film study that I did this week because, he really showed that with more reps, more snaps, more opportunity, he would take advantage of it. It was awesome for me to see. I was glad for the guy personally, and then glad for the Ravens defense because we need a little bit more of this. With Michael Pierce gone, we're only getting physically dominant play from Matabike, and at times Calais Campbell, but I think Calais Campbell is really being rotated strategically to try to extend his shelf life for the season out. We know last year up through like 5 or 6 games, Calais was playing awesome and then dealt with a couple of injuries, and his play level, his impact, subsided. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. Let me know what you think of Travis Jones so far in 2022.